President Museveni on the 11th of June 2015, 7 years ago, launched the National Development Plan 2, which was a series of 6 5-year development plans to achieve the middle-income status by Vision 2040.
When this other plan started, you were at $600-something per capita. You are now at $700-something per capita, almost $800.
This National Development Plan aimed at strengthening Uganda's competitiveness for sustainable wealth creation and inclusive growth.
Because you remember, this is a question of average. If you did not have too many children, you would by now be a middle-income country. Because the economy has been growing, but even if it grows, when you divide with the children and the grandchildren who are too many, then you remain with a lower average.
Coincidentally, on the 7th in the month of June 2022, President Museveni announced during the State of the Nation address that Uganda had received middle-income status with GDP per capita at $1,046 at the end of 2021-2022 financial year, exceeding the World Bank threshold by $1. This raised the eyebrows of many technocrats as well as the Uganda Bureau of Statistics and the World Bank, who totally disagreed on the methodology used while determining Uganda's economic status. On Budget Day, President Museveni supported his claims, saying his conclusions were based on the size of Uganda's economy, or GDP, compared to the economy. The micro, small, medium enterprises, MSMEs, are the engine of growth for the economic development, innovation, and wealth creation of Uganda. These are spread across all sectors, with 49% in the service sector, 33% in commerce and trade, 10% in manufacturing, and 8% in other fields. Over 2.5 million Ugandans are employed in this sector, where they account for approximately 90% of the entire private sector, generating over 80% of manufactured output that contributes 20% of the gross domestic product, GDP. These figures or statistics have been buffering following the impact of COVID-19 on MSMEs, which include decrease in turnover, where 89% of businesses reported this issue on average by 49%.
The urban consumer who highly depends on industrialized product, you expect them to dig so much deep into their pockets. So you expect their disposable income to be lowered by the increasing inflation. And I don't see any mid-term solutions.
Another problem was 73% of MSMEs have current cash flow problems. The proportion is slightly higher among medium businesses than among micro and small businesses.
We are monitoring the situation and we respond with appropriate policy intervention to ensure macroeconomic stability and affordable cost of living for all of us. We will also ensure that we take advantage of these global crises to boost our import substitution.
2/3 of MSMEs experience low demand on their products and services as a consequence of the pandemic. Uganda's economic growth has further been dampened by the Russia-Ukraine war's impact, which is currently crippling the world at large. This has lowered Uganda's economic growth to 3.7% in 2022, far lower than pre-COVID projections of 6%.
Most of my customers are complaining things at a higher price, say that it is also at a higher price, since the fuel is high, everything is high.
This prevailing economic situation inspired DFCU Bank to come to the rescue and launch a brand new promotion aimed at supporting micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, which is entitled Sukuma Business na DFCU Bank.
We have worked together and we have managed to educate all these children
that focuses on business needs at one's convenience while operating an account. On this episode of Business on Sport, Jackie Lingla takes us on an adventure of this promotion.
afternoon to you, our dear viewers. Thank you for staying tuned on Race TV. Of course, I'm Jackie Lingla, ready to dive you through the business sector in Uganda. Now, as always, we are here on Friday updating you of what is happening around various entities in terms of business. For example, in Uganda, we've had for a couple of years, that is since end of 2019 to 2020, businesses have been struggling to move up speed in terms of profit, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. And now we have the Russian-Ukraine war that has disrupted the entire supply chain. But of course, people are staying resilient, coming up with various initiatives to make sure that businesses are boosted every now and then. And now today, as always, we bring you one of the financial institutions that is trying to support businesses in Uganda, that is a DFCU Bank. Today with me I have a representative. They're pushing up some initiative called Sukuma Business Yo ne DFCU, but I'm not alone on site. I'm with a representative from DFCU. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Jackie.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
We are very pleased to have you today on site in Race TV.
It's a pleasure.
Could you introduce yourself to the viewers?
I'm William Kayongo. I'm a senior manager with DFCU Bank under small and medium enterprises. DFCU Bank, as you all know, it's a development finance company of Uganda Bank Limited. It's one of the commercial banks that are operating within Uganda, and it's one of the biggest banks that are here in our economy. DFCU Bank, of course, we have focused on a number of segments where we want to play as a bank. We have the corporate segment, that is the where you look at big organizations. Then we also have the retail segment. Then we have also the business. Now, under retail, we have both the personal and then the business side of it. Now, personally, under the SMEs, I manage the micro, the small and medium enterprises. Then we also have a section which manages the large enterprises.
Okay.
And in terms of DFCU, it's all over the country. Wherever you go, you'll find DFCU.
Okay, and now concerning the fact that you are trying to support the small and medium enterprises through this initiative, Sukuma Business Yo DFCU, can you tell us more about the campaign?
Thank you very much, Jackie. Now, about the campaign Sukuma Business ne DFCU, we have come up with an initiative on seeing how do you improve affordable banking, and at the same time giving a solution to any person, an individual or an entity or a company that's operating business in Uganda. Okay. So Sukuma Business DFCU, we have come up with two critical accounts. Now that is the personal account, and then we have what we have called the entity account or the enterprise account. Now, we thought that based on what is going on in the economy in Uganda today, the cost of operating business is quite high. And as DFCU, because we are trying our best to ensure that we have each and every person in Uganda who is able to run a business, but at the same time give them affordable banking, affordable financial solutions. So that's why we are encouraging each and every one in Uganda today, as long as you are operating a business, DFCU is the bank for you to go. Okay. And how do you start? You start with opening either a personal account or an entity account that you have dubbed the entity account.
Okay. Now concerning the Sukuma Business DFCU, your main target is SMEs, or those of you who are watching with us, it is small and medium enterprises. Now, if I'm a viewer, what do you mean by small and medium enterprises, and why have you targeted only those?
Thank you very much, Jackie. Now, if you look at Uganda's economy, you'll find that each and every day there is a business that an individual in Uganda is starting.
Okay.
Now, when you also look at the statistics, for instance, like the Uganda Investment Authority, you'll find that 49% of SMEs in Uganda are operating within the service sector, while you'll find that 33% of these SMEs are actually into trade and commerce, while the other 10% you'll find that they are into the normal manufacturing. So while the other 8%, you'll find that they're into other businesses. Now, SMEs in Uganda, they play a very pivotal role in ensuring that our economy grows. Now, why has DFCU targeted the micro, the small, the medium and large enterprises? Now, because the growth of our economy is dependent on these SMEs.
Okay.
By the way, what we also need to understand that when you support an SME, you are not only supporting this business, you are even supporting the entire family. And you are even supporting the entire value chains. We have so many value chains. I'll tell you, we have the agriculture value chain. For instance, we have even the chain that is coming through the education sector.
Okay.
We have the construction sector. So that's why DFC is coming and saying we need to support these SMEs by providing a solution that is very affordable and convenient to them.
Now, for these particular accounts that are being opened up in Sukuma Business and DFCU, how different are they as compared to the ones already in the market?
The ones already in the market?
Yes.
Now, they are very unique in a way. I'll start with the personal account. Now, with the personal account, we are giving you an opportunity to operate an account in all currencies. You are able to operate this account with the Ugandan shillings, with the dollar, with the pound, and the euro. Now, the uniqueness is that the minimum balance, we have said you don't require any minimum balance on this account. You don't require the management fees that were being charged that are across the current within the economy right now. Now, that's why they are very unique. And even when you are trying to open the account, the fee that you are going to use is only 50,000 if you're opening an account in Uganda shillings, while for the rest of the accounts it's only either £100, $100 or 100 euros. So they are quite very unique. Now, when it comes to the entity account, that is the enterprise account. When you look at what's on the market, DFC, we are saying you're able to operate this account either in Uganda shillings or in a dollar. Where if you're opening the account in Uganda shillings, you're only going to part with only 100,000 and then $100, which is very affordable for the common man. So that's why it's very special to us, and we're able to support the SMEs in Uganda.
Okay, there you have it. I think those of you are wondering how different these accounts are. You've been answered. So if you have a business out there and you need to open up an account with Sukuma Business, you make sure that you do it as soon as possible, because these are very affordable, as he has explained to us. So, Mr. William Kayongo, who really qualifies to open up these accounts under the Sukuma Business DFCU?
Any person in Uganda, if you're operating a business as an individual or as an entity, you are able to open these accounts. I'll start with the individual. With the individuals, you must be 18 years and above. And then the business that you're operating, it must be legitimate. It must be acceptable by the Ugandan government. So anything that you are doing that is legal in Uganda, we are able to have this account opened. Now, while for the entity account, you will look at any person who has legally registered this business as a sole proprietorship, as a limited liability company. It can be an association, it can be a school. So if you're operating under those entities, you are able to open this account.
Okay. What are the benefits of opening up such an account?
With DFCU, once you have opened this account, there are so many benefits that you are going to have. First and foremost, at DFCU, we always wish to see that our clients are informed on what's taking place within the financial sector. So first and foremost, you are going to see that we are able to educate you as an SME. How do you grow your business from one level to another? Then, after you have entered into DFCU, we have a number of prepositions that you can actually log on to. For instance, I'll give you an example that DFCU, we are one of the founders of Women in Business.
Okay.
Women are very dear to us because we know that any business that is being managed by a lady here in Uganda, we already see the success. We already see that success. So we have a Women in Business arm. So as a woman out there and you're operating a business, please come to DFCU. It's going to answer and give you those solutions where you are. Now, also when you come to DFCU, we have a number of products. In fact, right now, we give you that solution that fits your business. For instance, you might be out there and you are trading. Come to DFCU. We have a trade solution for you.
Okay.
People who are into construction, people who would wish to bid, we can give you the entire spectrum of the bidding process until when you are able to have the contracts that you have been awarded to able to perform, and also at the end of it all, we're even able to give you credit lines for your business. If you're out there,
if you want to bid, you can even give them prospects of where to bid.
Exactly, because we have that information, and if you look at the media, always we have information on what jobs are out there, and we advise our customers to actually bid for those jobs. Now, when it comes to the agriculture sector, DFCU is very rich in agriculture. So we have a very good value proposition for your business if you're dealing in agriculture. Now, you can also look at, in the recent past, when it comes to insurance of your business, we can give you very affordable insurance terms. And at the end of it all, anyone who is out there and he feels that, you know what, at the end of the day, I see a risk for my business, DFC is there for you to give you that wow experience for the insurance policies.
Okay, we thank you so much for having us back for those of us who are in business. And now, for the small and medium enterprises, do you have an online platform for them to operate in case they want to assess some markets out there and maybe also trade with each other? Do you have an online platform for them?
DFCU is one of the banks that is very strong on digital banking. For instance, if you open our personal account, you are able to be onboarded onto what we call quick banking. Now, quick banking, you are able to operate your account using your phone.
Okay.
Which means that any trader here in Chikubo, any trader in, I will give an example, in our eastern region, in Imbale, in Iganga, in Jinja, you are able to onboard you, and then you are able to see all the information that's happening on your account. Then those who have laptops, you have what we call Quick Connect. Now, Quick Connect is your ability to transact using your computer, your laptop. So you are able to have an interface on what's happening on your account with our core banking system. So when you are able to have that, you don't need to move to the banking halls. So you are saving that money that you would have used to move from your home to the banking hall. So also when it comes to the ATMs, DFCU is one of the first banks to introduce the smart ATMs. You are in position to withdraw your money, at the same time you are able to deposit your money. So DFCU is here for you to skuma your business.
You're really doing the skuma bit of it. And now, for example, now I'm thinking in Kampala, of course, it's easy for people to get this information, especially those who have television sets. And now, for example, for someone who is in Bududa district and they have no TV, they have no radio, how are you reaching out to them to give them this kind of information about these initiatives?
Jackie, that's a very good point. What I need to tell anyone in Uganda, DFCU is in 5 regions. We are in the central, we are in the metro, we are in the east, we are in the north, and we are also in the west. Now, we have 56 branches. Now, in all our branches, we have our staff who are dedicated to ensuring that they go to the grassroots and meet these individuals. That said, of course, we also have collaborations with the local marketing initiatives. We have very strong partnerships with different governments, especially the local government, different associations. So as long as you are in any way, you have any association or group where you're operating from, we're able to reach you. And also we do, the door-to-door. We are able to go down to understand where our clients are. Of course, sometimes they feel that banks
they have another image of a bank.
You have another image, but we get to the ground because at the end of the day, we want to understand what's the challenge of our customer, what's the challenge of that individual that we want to attract to our bank. So we have the foot soldiers to reach you wherever you are.
Okay. Now, just recently, we had this central bank, that is Bank of Uganda, increasing this central bank rate to 9%. My question is there any effect on the interest rates that are going to be charged by DFCU to their final customers as a result of that change?
Jackie, that's a very interesting question. Now, when you look at Uganda today, there's a lot of inflation. You can look at the prices for fuel. Of course, as a monetary policy, central bank came out strong to ensure that it's able to regulate how the economy is moving. But what we need to appreciate, of course, it was 9%. It was 50 basis points in terms of the increase. What we need to appreciate that DFCU as a bank, we have not increased our rate, and the fact is simple, because what we are looking at is supporting the common man. And if you look at what we went through for the past 2 years, the businesses are still struggling, and one way to support these businesses is to ensure that we give them affordable financing. Of course, the 9% is also based on the current inflation rates, as I mentioned, and a number of factors. The Ukraine war is still on, and of course, our neighbors recently won 2 elections, so a number of factors are at play. But we are still there to support the SMEs.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kayongo. Now, my question is, how is DFCU Bank giving back to community?
Jackie, DFCU has partnered with different organizations and has also supported in different initiatives. I would start with the recent Kabaka's Run, with the theme that was very dear to us, where it was about achieving that we don't have any HIV in Uganda. And what has happened is that we are looking at how do we save the girl child, and at the same time, how do we interest the men to go out there and find out of their status. So that theme was very dear to us, and we supported. And also, when you look at the missionary home for the poor in Busega, of course, with the Brothers of Christian Instruction, you are able to see that DFCU came out strong in ensuring that we provide some of the basics that these kids are able to get. You'll also recall that in the recent past we supported KCCA through the different border stages. You know how many accidents happen every day on the road, and KCCA required us to partner in ensuring that we give them the reflector jackets, so that they are very visible at night, as a caution for the other drivers to be able to identify these borders. You'll also recall that we supported greatly the Cancer Institute to come up with that strong building and the area where the patients, once the patients come in, we are able to have that convenience as they wait to have the proper medication. And also during the COVID period, we came out strong and supported government. So DFCU.
In what areas exactly?
Of course, we had a contribution of 100 million.
Okay, that's quite an amount.
COVID period. Yeah, so we are with the community.
Okay, thank you. Now, especially when you talk about the COVID period, many businesses in Uganda closed, and some are still struggling, even post-COVID. I want to know and help, of course, some of the viewers that are watching us right now. How has DFCU Bank been resilient through the COVID time, especially during the national lockdown, and also post-COVID? How have you been resilient through the whole process? How have you worked this out?
Jackie, during the COVID period, of course, each and every business was challenged. And where we operate with our clients. These are our customers. So the biggest challenge we faced is the inability for the customers able to move to some of our banking halls or areas where we operate. But that was a challenge. But as DFCU, we had already thought ahead before even COVID. And if you recall our uptake on the channel, the digital channels. So the clients who are already onboarded onto the channel were in position to have that convenience to actually transact. But you also recall that most of these clients were financed. And the businesses that we financed, as you mentioned, some of them were affected. And the only way we could be part of the process is to ensure that we reach out to them, try to understand what their challenges are, and of course we are in position to be dear to them. We had a number of restructures of their facilities, especially those who were not in position to pay. Of course, this was an industrial norm as a request from the central bank. It guided us on how we can actually support all businesses in Uganda. So DFC was part of that. So that was the COVID period. So that was one of the major challenges. Now, post-COVID, how have we managed to ensure that we move together with our clients? The biggest focus that we have had post-COVID is to understand and appreciate that these businesses are actually existing. So now, as long as your business is still staying afloat, what we have actually done is that we have called all our clients to understand. We have given them dedicated financial advisors to try and see how do they improve their businesses differently. How are they able to expand and be more competitive within a period which is quite difficult, because we are all coming from a turmoil. So at the end of the day, we want to see that we move with each and every client. Also, if you recall very well that we are one of the first banks that participated in the and are still participating in the Small Business Recovery Fund that we had with the Bank of Uganda, and all small businesses that can demonstrate that they had an impact. We were really very, very eager to come and support you with facilities at a very low interest rate. So we have actually been there for our clients during this period.
Now, this brings me to my next question. How long has DFCU Bank been in the Ugandan market? Approximately, like how many years?
DFCU has been here for over 60 years.
60 years.
Yeah, it's one of the strongest banks that have been here.
Okay,
yes.
60 years, that means before I was even born. Now, in your journey to where you are right now, what are some of the key successes that you have registered as a bank?
As a bank, I would look at the segments where we play. DFCU, if you go anywhere in Uganda, when it comes to small and medium enterprises, we are the go-to bank. So for me, that is a very great achievement. And this milestone comes from the fact that we would wish to have each and every Ugandan to have a bank account.
Okay.
And where do you start from? You start from the small enterprises and the individuals. That we have achieved.
Okay.
Yeah, we have greatly achieved.
Okay.
Then we are also the pioneers. DFCU is the pioneer of the investment clubs, the circles.
Okay.
So we have very rich value proposition for investment clubs. I talked about earlier women in business.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to women, trust me, women in Uganda will tell you what we have been in position to do for them. So when you look at the propositions that we have for women in business, they are quite big. And that is very good for us because, as I told you, if you support any person who is doing business as a lady, you are not only supporting that business, you are supporting the entire family.
Okay.
So we are excited to see that all businesses that are being run by the ladies actually are growing to the next level. Then I also talked about the agriculture support that we give to all our clients. For instance, if you go to Western Uganda, we are very strong there on our value proposition for agriculture. You go to the northern region, we are strong on Sim, they will tell you. If you go to the eastern region, we are strong on rice, on sugarcane. So we have the best propositions that you can think of to support Ugandans.
All right. Just like any businesses, however much you have successes, you always have challenges. I want to know, as DFCU Bank, in your over 60 years journey in existence in Uganda, the Ugandan economy, what are some of your key challenges?
The biggest key challenge I would say it's the entire industry. When you look at the uptake of financial services in Uganda, it's a little bit low because of the setting, the way our economy has been set up. But we, as I told you, as DFCU, we are really focusing on ensuring that every Ugandan at least gets an account. And of course, if you look at the past 2 years, the past 2 years have really been a very big setback, not only for us as DFCU, but within the banking sector. And the fact is based on the different clients that were operating businesses, because our business we operated through clients. So because our clients were affected, as a bank, we are also affected. Because if the businesses are not doing well, we as a bank, we are also not doing well. So COVID-19 really had an impact on us. And of course, when you look at the rate of innovation, we are very innovative, but of course, as the market moves on, you need to be very innovative to ensure that you provide the best for your clients. So.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Kayongo. Now, what are some of your last words to the viewers who are watching us right now?
Jackie, the last words I can give to all our viewers is that DFCU is a local bank. DFCU is here to support your business. DFCU is here to give you that financial advice that you need. Now, with the recent Sukuma business, the DFCU is giving you affordable financing. Affordable financing in terms of getting those quality accounts, the personal account and the enterprise account. And once you get these accounts, DFCU is able to give you all the solutions that you have ever thought of in terms of driving your business from one level to another. DFCU is here, and Sukuma Business, the DFCU.
Now that is well said from the Senior Manager Enterprise Banking, Mr. William Kayongo, DFCU Bank. Of course, those of you who are joining us right now, what we are talking about is an initiative that is supporting small and medium enterprises in Uganda. Any business that you have started, if you're in Chikubo, if you're in Bale, if you're in Kibuku, if you are watching us and you're interested in making sure that you operate with a bank that gives you convenience and you open up an account that speaks to your business, the initiative is called Sukuma Business and DFCU. They have so many benefits that were stated during the interview. So in case you are interested, you can go out to that branch in wherever you are, in Kampala, outside Kampala, and find out more information about this campaign so that your business can thrive in the Ugandan sector. I will not go further than that. I am Jackie Lingla, always excited to update you of what is happening in the business sector. Stay tuned on Race TV. Good afternoon.